Hello everyone. In this video we will learn how we can create a basic Spring Boot project. So I'll show you how we can create a simple Hello World Spring Boot project. So for that we will use this Spring Initializer website. So this is the link for that. So let's go to this particular link. Now we will fill up couple of information about our project. So first of all we will be using Maven to build our project. Then we'll keep the language as Java. Now comes to the Spring Boot versions name. So we'll use the latest stable version. We will not use the snapshot versions and not the RC one. We'll use the stable version which is 3.1.5. So this is by default selected. In the group we will type the com.skilled engg. So this will be the group name and the artifact ID. Let's keep this learn Spring Boot. Okay, and we can keep the description as simple Spring Boot project. Okay, so this will be the package name, this is the group ID, and this is the artifact ID, and combinedly this will be the package name. The packaging I would prefer to keep this jar, and the Java version I'll keep this which is the latest version. So 21 I'll keep. Make sure you have 21 installed. I have created a separate video to install Java, so you can refer those. Now since this will be a web application, so we will need to add one dependency which is Spring Web. So I'll include this, and I'll click on generate now. So it is asking me to download the project. Then let's save this. Once it is downloaded, I'll click on this. So this particular zip file will be unzipped. So let's import this in the IntelliJ IDE. So I'll go to the IntelliJ. Now I'll click on file, then open. Now in the downloads folder there is learn Spring Boot. I'll open this. So it will take some time to download all the dependencies. For me the dependencies were already downloaded in the system, so for you it might take some time, maybe couple of minutes. Now let's see the project structure here. So this will be the project name which we had entered there as the artifact ID. Then there will be src folder. Let's go inside this. So there will be two folders inside this. One is the main, the another one is test. So test folder is to write the test cases. So inside this if we go, so Java, it will be the by default. Then com and skilled engg which we had put combinedly as the group ID, com.skilled engg. So that will be inside Java. Then inside that the artifact ID, whatever we had put as the artifact ID, that will be present here. And inside this there will be one class. Inside that you will see one dummy test will be there. So this is regarding the test. Now let's come to the main section. If I open this, you will see two folders. One is Java, the another one is resources. So all the static files and the resources, whatever we want to put in, those will go inside this. All the properties or the configuration regarding the application, that would go inside this particular file. Then if I go inside the Java folder, then you will see the same structure that we have seen in the test, that will be same. So first there will be the com, then the skilled engg which is combinedly the group ID, then the artifact ID which is learn Spring Boot. Then if I go to the one and only class which is present here, which is also the entry point because this is the main method. If I see here, so this is the main, let's run this Spring Boot project. I can run this by using this button. So if I click on this, then this option will be there, run learn spring boot.main. So if I click on this, so it will start running. So if you had noticed that we have not used any application server or web server like Tomcat or JT something else, we have not used because we had included the Spring Web dependency. Inside that, the Tomcat is already present as the embedded web server. So it is using that built-in Tomcat web server. So that's why we had not included any explicit server. So after running on this, if you see this type of logo, it means the Spring Boot application is started. So let's see what else is there in the logs. So it is saying starting this Learn Spring Boot application, which is this one, Learn Spring Boot application using Java 21.01. So we had mentioned 21 as the Java version when we were creating the project. Also we can see this particular property is being set in this pom.xml. So if you go inside this pom.xml file, then if you go down, then you can see java.version 21. That's why it is using this Java 21. Okay, now it is saying no active profile is set. So we will learn in detail about the profiles, but for now it is using the default one whose name is also default. Then it is saying Tomcat initiated with port 8080. It means it is using the Tomcat web server and which is initialized on the 8080 port, which is also the HTTP port. So it is not HTTPS, it is HTTP. Then it is saying starting server Tomcat. It is also starting the servlet engine using the Apache Tomcat. Then it is also initializing the web application context. So we will learn all these things in this course. Then it is completed, the initialization is completed. It is also saying that it took less than 1 second initialize this. Then finally the Tomcat started 8080 port with context path empty. So we have not given the context path, so that's why it is empty. Then finally the entire application is up in less than 1 second. Okay, great. So now let's see or let's verify whether the application is up or not. So I'll go to the Postman. So I'll open the Postman application. So if you have not installed, so you can install this or you can use the browser as well. So I'll just write localhost and 8080 because it was saying here that 8080 port is used to start the Tomcat. So it is our application is up on 8080 port, so that's why 8080. Let's hit send now. You would see some error like this. It means our application is up. It's just that this particular path, which is the base path, that is not available. So we have not created any API or some resource is not available at the base path. So that's why this is giving 404. Otherwise the application is up. How would I know? So let's stop this. So if I click on this red button, so this application will be stopped. There would be some log as well. So process finished with exit code 130. It means it has the application has stopped now. So if I send the request again, so you can see the connection is refused because it on 8080 port there is no service or there is no application server which is serving on 8080 port. So that's why this error is coming. One more thing, if you notice, so let's start the application again. So if I go to here, then if I click on run, then again the application will be started. So if you see the application is still running. So I have one more application which is a Java application and not the Spring Boot application. So let's open that. So this is the Learn Java application. Here I have printed just the hello world. So here if I run this, so you will see it has printed the message which I have written the code here, but the application is finished as soon as it is printed. So this is the difference between a normal Java application and the Spring Boot application. So in the Spring Boot application, it is not like that. When once it is done with the printing all the things and after that the application is stopped, it is not like that. The application is still running because it is using the Tomcat inside this. But in the case of normal Java application, it is not using any web server. So that's why as soon as the code is finished, whatever it is written in the main method, the application gets stopped. So that's all for this video. If you got to learn anything new, please consider subscribing this channel. See you in the another video.